The bandits had taken slaves, sparking memories of a year ago. In a distant memory, two fierce fighters clashed swords while a 14-year-old girl named Lena watched with wide eyes. Lena's dreams were bigger than being a mere maid in Jared's mansion. She yearned to become a skilled warrior, like those she admired. Her siblings, however, found her ambition amusing. Gender didn't matter, they explained, but rather willpower, talent, and hard work. The flashback shifted to a dark and dire scene. The young girl named Lena sat chained, with scars covering her body and a haunted expression in her eyes. Lena, enslaved and imprisoned, called out for her siblings. CH5. She remembered the kind director of her orphanage, but her captors claimed he had sold her. Determined to escape, Lena formed a friendship with another slave named Mani. They shared their stories, their fears, and their hopes for a better life. Time passed, and Lena and Mani became closer than ever. They endured harsh labor, sharing their knowledge of the world and their dreams of a brighter future. But the situation grew bleaker with an incompetent leader in charge. Lena's stubbornness kept her going, despite the odds stacked against her. As the months went by, Lena and Mani approached the age of 15, the peak selling age for slaves. Glogis, the leader, had been removed from power, bringing a glimmer of hope. One day Mani fell ill, and Lena pleaded with a bandit for help. Despite his cruelty, he provided a bowl of soup. In a desperate bid for freedom, Mani sacrificed himself to save Lena from the bandits' advances. Back in the present, Jared received news of the bandits and their captive slaves. He swiftly organized a force of knights to confront the slavers. Guided by his strategic knowledge, Jared located their hideout and launched an assault to free the slaves and defeat the oppressors. The bandit hideout became a prison, and their fate was sealed. Amid the chaos, Jared spotted Lena, pinned to the ground by a bandit. Using his fire magic, he saved her just in time. CH5. Regret tinged Jared's relief. He wished he had arrived sooner to save Mani. As Jared consoled Lena, the leader of the bandits, Ched confronted them. Ched insulted Jared, who responded by casting a powerful haste spell. With newfound speed, Jared circled Ched, leaving him no escape. In the heart of the action, amidst swirling spells and sudden punches, Ched found himself surrounded by danger from all directions. It was a chaotic moment, and in the blink of an eye, his life was extinguished. But this wasn't the end of the tale. It was only the beginning of an exciting journey. Jared, a brave and skilled lord, emerged from the fray victorious. His daring exploits earned him more loyalty points, a currency that held great importance in the land of Krivia. With his determination, he had finally amassed 100 of these points, marking the entry into a new era, the Golden Age. In this flourishing era, justice was swift and unyielding. All the wicked kidnappers and murderers met their well-deserved fate, facing justice within the very bounds of slavery they had imposed upon others. The world was changing, and families torn apart by cruelty were at last reunited. Yet, not every slave returned to their previous life. One person stood out: Lena. Lena, a spirited and talented young woman, held a special place in Jared's heart. He granted her the freedom to stay in Krivia, where her unique skills could be honed for the future. The director of an orphanage, who recognized Lena's potential, trusted Jared's vision. With an opportunity to pursue her dreams, Lena's heart brimmed with joy, and she vowed to exceed all expectations. However, Lena's luck wasn't just about finding Jared. It was Jared who had stumbled upon something extraordinary. Lena was an important figure, a vanguard for the powerful Demon King and a skilled warrior. Many had challenged her, yet she effortlessly defeated them all. The fortress she guarded was impenetrable, and her resolve unbreakable. Jared knew he had found a treasure, a guardian against the forces of darkness, but challenges kept coming. The territory of Mallorca lay ahead, a hotbed of illegal activities that threatened to cast a shadow over Krivia's newfound prosperity. Jared needed a plan to address this threat, to secure his realm against the impending darkness. CH7. In the shadows, a mysterious hooded figure schemed. Intent on revenge, this enigmatic individual plotted and planned, ready to strike against Krivia and its defender. Amidst the intrigue, a new day dawned. At the breakfast table, Jared and Lena found themselves at opposite ends of the energy spectrum. Jared was weary from his running, while Lena radiated vitality, even in the final lap. As they sat down, letters arrived, bearing news that would shape their course. One letter from Oberyn spoke of a new crop named Letria, thriving under successive cultivation. The other, from a fellow adventurer named Avila, detailed a venture that attracted monster hunters to Krivia. These hunters were selling mana stones harvested from defeated monsters, cutting costs and doubling profits. The wheels of fortune continued to turn. Jared's attention shifted as reports of monsters littering the streets reached his ears. An outsider was at play, orchestrating this chaos. The pieces of the puzzle began to come together, yet the full picture remained elusive. In the midst of uncertainty, a young child's voice resonated. She pleaded with a merchant for help, her mother afflicted by a dire illness. Ronella's disease, a grave ailment, struck hopelessly. There were whispers of cures, but none certain. This illness, a distant relative of real-life's tuberculosis, held its origins in Ronella territory. Jared's heart led him to the child's humble home, where he met Mary, ailing and frail. Her days were numbered, the sands of time slipping away. She recognized Jared from a bygone time, when she served as a chef in his mansion. Memories resurfaced, and a connection was rekindled. Amidst the chaos of monsters and mysteries, Lena and Hayes arrived with the requested herbs. Mary's trust was earned, and a plan took shape, but danger lurked in the shadows. The enigmatic figure returned, watching from above. Yet Jared was prepared, and his captain stood behind this hooded figure, CH8. Jared was engrossed in his work, concocting a revolutionary new medicine to combat a disease that wouldn't affect Paradiso for another decade. Despite the distant timeline, Jared's unique foresight spurred him to start crafting the cure immediately. When asked why he was going to such lengths for a regular person, he revealed the deep pain of losing his own mother to cancer. This tragic loss fueled his determination to help others avoid the same fate. Although the mother he mourned wasn't his own, but rather his mother from the real world, the memory of helplessness and frustration still burned vividly, even after 15 years. Meanwhile, on a rooftop elsewhere, an intense duel raged between a mysterious man and Jared's chief guard. Swords clashed, the air thick with tension. The enigmatic spy displayed impressive agility, deftly evading each powerful blow. Seizing an opening, he unleashed a knockout ninja kick, but to his astonishment, Chief Guard Lakis absorbed the blow and stood strong, his dedication to justice fueling his strength. Realizing he couldn't best Lakis, the spy chose to retreat, vanishing in a puff of smoke. In another scene, cloaked and sporting a fake moustache, Jared assumed the role of a teacher, guiding Mia through two distinct methods of mana manipulation. They explored the associative method for mana lumping, as well as the more complex condensation method, reserved for dire situations. Their lesson was interrupted by a knock at the door. Breakfast was ready, prepared by the newly hired Chef Mary. CH9, skipping to a different setting, a room brimming with energy showcased a man emanating powerful mana. This man, Jared, had transformed his approach to training, fusing bug training and traditional magician's methods to create his own innovative mana operational training method. It was a path uniquely his own, distinguishing him from his peers. Isabella, a constant companion by Jared's side, was captivated by his unconventional techniques. As she delved deeper, she stumbled upon a flaw. Jared's ability to manipulate raw mana was unlike anyone else in this world. Speculating he might be from another land, Isabella hinted at the possibility of his origins lying on a distant continent renowned for its mana manipulation skills. Relieved, Jared feigned agreement, effectively sidestepping the truth. Isabella's revelations intrigued her even more, leading her to propose further discussions between them. These interactions were exclusive to Jared, as he was the only one who could see her, a consequence of his unique perspective. Misunderstanding her intentions, Jared assumed Isabella wanted her mind back, prompting her to blush and confess that the mind eyes were now his to keep. Her words took an unexpected turn, as she humorously suggested considering the mind eyes a gift from his future wife. Flabbergasted, Jared struggled to process her proposal. Isabella playfully continued, mentioning his improved appearance after shedding weight and hinting that, as a virgin, she could potentially choose him as her partner. A shocking revelation followed. They had already shared their first kiss. Jared quickly realized the direction of the conversation, his eyes widening in surprise and concern. He sprang up from his seat and darted out of the room, his urgent words echoing in the air. "I must leave for the Ronella territory now." As they journeyed toward Ronella, Hayes unfolded a letter from Salakis that was addressed to Jared. The words on the parchment revealed great news about Lena's progress. Excitement danced across Hayes' face as she read how Lena's skills were flourishing under Salakis' guidance. In just a month it seemed Lena would have soaked up all the knowledge he had to offer, but as Hayes continued reading, a shadow seemed to pass over Jared's features. His brow furrowed, and he looked distant. The letter hinted at Salakis' limited time, and Jared's mind started to churn with possibilities. With Lakis' expiration date looming, Jared's determination kicked into high gear. He started to mentally list potential new teachers for Lena, each name sparking a thought in his mind. Suddenly, as if from nowhere, an arrow shattered the tranquility inside the carriage. What will happen next? Find out next time by staying tuned for our future recaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great recaps.